My name's Alex Barrett, and I will be giving you a brief presentation on mega events in the urban environment. So, what is a mega event? It's a large-scale cultural event which has a dramatic character, mass popular appeal, and international significance. They're typically organized by a variable combination of national governments and international non-government organizations. Um, Great examples of mega events are the Olympics and the World Cup, where you have these two groups that are these two organizations that deal with different nations to host these events. So some of the criteria is that there's an increased tourist volume. Um, it boosts local trade. There's more publicity of the hosting nation, and the infrastructure is obviously improved. A great example is again the Olympics. The the Winter Olympics in Canada brought in about $2 billion, so you can imagine what the Summer Olympics would bring in. Obviously, a lot more. 18,000 global media representatives televised the event, so it was broadcasted worldwide. Another great example would be Formula One. It draws in crowds of 120,000 people, and 300 million people watch it on their televisions. It has a market price right now of about $10 billion. Another good example is the FIFA World Cup. There's some research that says that it boosts hosting cities' economies by about 150 to 300 million euros. 500,000 people attend live to watch the games, and 3 billion people watch it on their televisions. The 2000 Sydney Olympic Games created about 175,600 jobs, and over 2 years later still had 63,000 of those jobs. And over a 12-year study, the Olympics made a $5.1 billion impact on that city, or on the nation. The Australian Grand Prix is another good example. It had an economic impact of about $112 million, and the United States is supposed to see two races in the next couple of years, so that'll help with our economy. A bad example would be the South African World Cup. It cost about 7.3 billion rand, which is 6% of its budget. So you can imagine that there are a lot of negative to that. 40% of the people still live on $2 a day. So there's a lot of unfilled stadiums, and it costs a lot of money to keep those running. And a couple other examples are, the Super Bowl and the tennis World Finals that I didn't really discuss, but.